Hey there, motivators. So I have a couple things that I want to talk about. So I just had an awesome interview with some other Prime drivers, Andy and Victoria, and I'm just really excited about sharing some of their specific goals being on the road, and it's just really cool. This is the first time that I've had the guts to kind of get out and ask somebody if they would do a small interview with me, and I'm glad I did. They were really cool people to meet. Anyways, I'm excited for you to hear their story, so just keep watching this video and I'll attach that to this. The main point I wanted to get talking about, because it's something that's been on my mind quite a bit, is something I've seen a lot on different social media comments, and just, people saying out loud, is that they don't have time to do, specifically in this instance, it's fitness, or it's cooking and those sorts of stuff on truck. So I just wanted to hit on some of, let's talk about that excuse of time and not having it. Now, one thing that I should say out loud is that all of us have the same amount of time, right, in a day. None of us get more or less, and we all have our different lives, our different problems, our different issues that we have to run through, our different missions that we have, and yes, there's some times where life it kind of makes you unbalanced, where you have to really, you have to focus on something else that takes you away from your goals and whatnot. Now, if we're honest with ourselves, that's not every day, and except for like extenuating circumstances, right? Major illnesses and things, that sort of thing. But for those of us on the road, trucking on the road, for the majority that I see, we do have the time to do specific goals like working out or cooking on truck. So I just want to address this excuse that I'm totally guilty of as well, of saying out loud. Now, I will say that achieving these type of goals takes trust in yourself and confidence in your ability to do these type of goals. And in order to do that, you have to start something small. So that they talk about small goals, start small, and be consistent with it. Then I don't know. That builds self-confidence, and it builds self-trust, so that you can attack other goals. I'm reading this book, or listening to it more likely, on audiobook, which is what I do when I'm driving. I listen to a lot of audiobooks and podcasts and things like that. And this book it's about peak performers, and I'm always interested in how the other business owners and other people who accomplish so many big goals, where I can't even fathom doing this sort of things, because I'm like, I don't have the time to do that, and all the things that they're doing, and so I'm always interested in learning how they're doing it. What is it? Why? How are they doing this? Because it seems almost impossible. So some of the things about peak performers is you're not just born a peak performer. It's not just an attribute, a characteristic that you have. It's something that it's like a muscle, just like, I know it's kind of a cliche thing to talk about, but it's a muscle that you have to build to actually execute and do something that you say you want to do. So, for example, let's say you want to work out. So it's recommended that you work out, like American Heart Association, I think they recommend 150 minutes a week to work out. Now, that number, when I first read it and was writing about it and things like that, I was like, whoa, I don't even know if I can do that. That seems impossible. 150 minutes. And then I quickly found out that, I'm doing 200, 300, 400 minutes a week in working out. I can be active that many times, that much, with that much time. And that really shifted my mentality on, I don't have the time to do this, because not only was I accomplishing that amount of time working out, but I was also cooking on truck, and a lot of you know that we're in college and we're doing our homework, And we also have this personal development business that's online that we're moving forward, and then we have our trucking company that is moving forward, our little fleet. So we're managing all these things, and but it took that specific thing to really like shift my mindset quite a bit, honestly. That 150 minutes, and I was able to do 400 minutes pretty easily, and that's about 2, 3, 4 times a week. I would say 3 to 4 times a week of working out. Now, so it's talking about those SMART goals. If you are small goals, if you can set aside 2 days a week and tell yourself, for 2 days a week, I'm going to actually work out, and I'm going to work out for 15 minutes. That's totally doable. It's achievable. It's realistic. You're going to be able to. It's easy to do, and you're going to easily find out that you're going to be able to do more than that. So I just challenge the excuses of not having time. Cooking. I've been at this shipper right now for almost 2 hours. Now, I was at a Blue Beacon the other day, and I was there in line for an hour. These are just separate pieces of time where that's what we call, one of our mentors calls it net time, no extra time, so you can get something else done while you're doing another task, like driving and listening to audiobooks, or waiting in line at a Blue Beacon and working out, or here at a shipper, and I worked out already. I interviewed some truckers, and now I'm doing this video, and I'm going to edit it while I'm here, at least some of it, and then I'm going to take off, and I'll have to finish editing it later. But and then I plan on, like, tomorrow or the next day to finish. I finished writing this thing for the honors program for my school, and that's another thing I'm going to get done this week. Another thing we're trying to get done this week is we have to write some copy for our landing page on our website and stuff. That has to be done this week. And Gates is also in school, so she's doing her stuff, and got to play with the dogs, and got to continue cooking. I cooked earlier today. I cooked food earlier today, and I washed all those dishes. So, I mean, it really is taking the time to jump in and do it. You gotta move in to do it. One of the things that we would tell our when we used to teach group fitness classes is we would tell our students that would come in, our clients, that the hardest part is coming to the mat, right? Coming to do fitness. To get out of your house, go to a place and do fitness, right? That action, that behavior, that choice, that decision to commit that time to yourself is the hardest step. And for truckers, it's as simple as stepping out of your truck. And I know it sounds, when I say it, it sounds so simple. When I'm in that seat, even me, I'm in the seat and I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm tired of traffic. I'm tired of being cold. I worked out and it's cold outside. It's cold. I'll check the temperature and I'll put it on this. But it's cold. But I worked out, and because it's something that I'm really trying to commit myself to. Is I'm not trying to have a nice body, or that's not the end goal. My why is I want longevity in my body, and I don't want to be retiring and living in pain. I can't do certain things, and I'm kind of an adventurous person, not too crazy, but I like to go do fun things, and I don't want my body holding me back. And in this day and age, being healthy is a real key piece in preventing different diseases, like and viruses and things like that. So I'm just trying to live a little bit healthier life, and I'm focused on having an effective program where I can do it on the road, I can do it consistently, and I'm getting the results that I want. And which is no pain. I don't want any pain. I don't want any back pain. Which is what truckers have a lot, and shoulder pain and neck pain and feet pain. I feel like I'm getting off track here. All I'm trying to say is that you have the time to do stuff. We were able to do all this stuff and I don't say it to brag or anything. It's more like I am doing it because we want to be the example. We want to be telling everybody that it is possible, and we're a team. And teams are constantly moving. They really are. I get these times where I'm hanging out shippers receivers or washouts and things like that, and that's about it. Once in a while we'll get a load that has some extra time on it, and that feels nice. It also feels like the load drags on, but for the most part, we're constantly moving. I'll just interview. You'll meet them later, and this interview I did with them, Andy and Victoria, they are a team as well, and we talked for a while, and they move a lot too. They're telling me how much they're constantly moving, and I'm like, yeah, I get it. It's not. It made me feel like, oh, okay, we're not alone. So I just want to say that as a team, constantly moving, and we're able to accomplish this stuff. As a solo driver, you're fully capable of doing it too. Sleep quality is something that we one of the struggles we have, right, on the road as drivers, and as a team it's even harder. And again, it's just we do it, and I try to make sure that I'm doing stuff to guarantee that I get that quality sleep, such as not having caffeinated drinks too late in the day for me, and try to drink a lot of water right before I go to bed, because I can't drink a whole lot of water while I'm driving. It's just, and it helps me wake up when I'm supposed to, and I try to get up probably 1 to 2 hours before my drive time, depending on the day and depending on if I went to bed right away, or just depending on, it's either an hour or two before or an hour or two after my sleep time, where I get a lot of things done. And the same thing with Gates. He does the same stuff. You have the time. I guarantee you have the time. I challenge you to audit your time, like scrolling. You're scrolling through your social media and whatnot. I do it. I'm guilty. But you find yourself scrolling through social media, and it being like 20, 30, sometimes 45 minutes of scrolling through your social media. Now, that's time that you definitely could have been sitting and cooking. If you're on your phone and you're stopped, and that means that you could be doing something else, and other than scrolling. And I totally understand relaxing your mind, getting your mind off of the traffic and the people of the day. But what's going to help you overall in the long run is, and this is proven, and we all know these things, and we know these facts, that if I work out, it's better for me. Well, in so many ways, it's going to make me sleep better. It's going to help me be more attentive and cognitively function on the road while I'm driving, and be a safer driver. And it's going to help me get out of pain. It's going to help me be, like all these, I can go on and on. But we know these things, but it's that step to the mat. It's the step out of your truck to do it. That instance where you make that decision to take that action, take that step, I call it that I say I do muscle. It just means that when I said I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do it. We try to exercise it a lot, and I hate to use that cliche again, muscle, but it's a muscle. You can't just say it and not do it. You don't build self-trust like that. In order to build confidence and self-efficacy and self-trust, you got to be able to say you're going to do something, commit to it, and then go and take action and do it. So I challenge you, 10 minutes, 2 days, just 10 minutes, 2 days a week. Step out of your truck instead of going back to the bunk and do a little fitness routine. Or if that's not, if your fitness is you're like, I'm not ready for fitness yet, I'm ready to do another goal, start cooking your own food. If you have a microwave or some other like a skillet or whatever you use, we use something else. I've tried Instant Pot, I've tried Crock Pot, and it just didn't work for me. So now I've tried a skillet, and it just wasn't enough. So I got something specific, and I'll share a video with that later. That'll be a future video. It's called the Whatever Pot, and it's pretty awesome. It's a skillet, and it also has a pot. And I'll show you my dishwashing system that I have that I'm super proud of. Because, that's the other part, is we trying to cook on truck, you got to wash your dishes, and what's the most efficient way to get it done. I think I found one. If you guys have other ways, I'd love to hear about it. But that'll be another video on how to actually do that. But I challenge you to even cook. Like, it takes me, if everything's defrosted, right? Meat, veggies. You can even, I have a microwave too. It takes me about 15 to 20 minutes to cook a meal for two. And and then to wash those dishes, it takes me an extra 10 minutes. to wash those dishes. And so, I mean, and I'm washing the things I'm cooking with. I'm washing the plates that we eat with, because we don't throw them away. We have the reusable ones. And it's really easy. It's real simple. It's really easy. And that's the other thing, is that you have to have the mindset of, it's not that hard. It's not. Think about it like this. If you are constantly saying like, ugh, I gotta get out of the truck after I'm done driving, and I gotta get out and do the fitness. I gotta get up, and I gotta go and cook myself some food, and then I gotta wash the dishes, and then I gotta put the dishes away, and like that body language, that self-talk and whatnot is clearly, obviously down and negative. But if you change your language to, man, I'm gonna cook for myself, and I have this amazing effective way to wash my dishes so that everything's clean right after, man, like my meal is gonna taste so much better than anything at that TA, anything at that Pilot, anything at that Love's. And I'm gonna save myself money. Like, there's clearly a big difference in not just the attitude, the language, but also the tonality of it, and of shifting your mind that way. Now, your energy is going to start to focus and go where your mind is, so where your emotions are. So I really do challenge you to release and let go of the excuse of not having time. You definitely have the time. I know you do, especially if you're here with Prime. Like, I work with Prime. A lot of you know that. And if you're with Prime, they give you enough time on most of these loads, unless you're saving a load. They do this at 55 miles an hour. Now, we go 62, or sometimes even 58. So it depends. But so you have the time to be able to stop. They give you enough time to be able to stop and get load there on time, but also you have enough time to accomplish other goals that you have in mind. I was at, like I said, at the Blue Beacon, and I'm not judging anybody else. Everyone else has their own life and their own goals and things like that. But not one trucker got out of the truck to do anything specifically to work out. I did see some truckers cleaning their truck. I do the same thing when I'm at Blue Beacon as well. Like, if it's a short line, I quickly clean my truck, and I'm vacuuming, I'm cleaning the windows, all that good stuff. It's a great time to clean it because you're getting the truck clean. But I was really hoping that I could have people come and work out with me. If you guys see me out, or Gates out here, and you see us working out, come join us. We love to help others in that fitness journey. Or if you just like, hey, I see you guys, I see your truck, or message us on our social media, we can definitely talk to you about how to take that step, out of the truck to do your goal, and not go to bed right away. I mean, this is what we're passionate about. This is what we're excited to do. So it's our call to service, and it just makes us just so happy to be able to help other people. And I don't know. I really just wanted to hit that point, and I hit it a lot, that you have the time, and you have the knowledge. If you want to talk about, well, now what's another excuse is I have the time, but I don't have the knowledge to do fitness. And I would challenge that too. We have so much. The science of fitness hasn't changed that much. There's some new things and exciting things that are coming out, which that we are studying and are real excited about. I would encourage you to look at functional patterns online on YouTube or anything like that. To me, that's like the standard now of fitness, because it's not just about It depends on what makes you happy. If you're really happy doing bodybuilding, and that's just it's not functionally best for your body, but it's a goal that you have to compete in a certain way, I mean, go for it. But we are really focused on living pain-free, correcting dysfunctions in the body, and being healthy in that manner. And so it's just a completely different mindset and thoughts about how your body's moving, and it's stuff that we're really interested in. We're actually we're certified through them. through functional patterns, but now we're upgrading it, and so we'll be upgrading our certification here in March, and we're pretty thrilled about that. Because it's just so fascinating, the things that they talk about, how you're just biomechanics, and I don't want to bore you too much with that, but it's exciting stuff. I encourage you to look up functional patterns. But yeah, so the knowledge is out there. You can go and do fitness because the knowledge is there. YouTube is there, and I saw this guy, the trucker. I don't know if you're watching, but he was doing fitness from an app, and so, which is another cool way to do it. The fact that he's doing it was just outstanding to see. And he even talked about, like, it took that a decision to step out of the truck, walk into, this is at the Prime facility in Springfield, and go walk into the gym carrying his bag. And he talked about, like, how he didn't want to carry his heavy bag because and then have to take a shower afterwards and stuff. It's like, and he did it anyways. I get it. You can pile on the excuses to not do it, but at the same time, you can pile on the reasons to actually do it, which would be, it has to be a bigger why. For us, it's, personally, it's longevity. And then it's also you guys. We don't want to be hypocrites. We want to be people. And show people that you can do it, and this is how you can do it. But I challenge you. You have the knowledge. I would be careful if you haven't done fitness in a month, then or even longer. To be careful, be cautious, have some self-awareness about what you're capable of doing, because your main goal is to actually get fit or be healthier or get out of pain or just get some movement in, and you don't want to get injured, so just be careful. We got another trucker. Hey, thinking they're leaving. Hi. So anyways, I just trying to say that you have the knowledge out there, but also have some self-awareness and knowing when you get out there so you don't be careful not to injure yourself is all I'm saying. You're not going to go for a mile run if you haven't ran in the past couple months. So because it's just you're just going to injure your bike. You're not going to lift and put a lot of weight, which I don't encourage, but some people like it, and put a bunch of weight on your back and everything like that if you haven't done that in the past couple months. So just have some self-awareness when it comes to that. Take it easy, small steps, but consistent steps. Yeah, that's pretty much my main point. I really hope that I get to some of you and tell you, just, you have the time. Please get out there and do it. Don't let it be something that prevents you from doing it. You have the time. I'm telling you, I'll show videos of the type of cooking that we do and whatnot, and I hope that it inspires you, some of you guys, to actually go and cook and work out and stuff. But anyways, I just wanted to get that out. It makes me sad to see it. You have the time. Please go out and do something and accomplish your goals, whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be just fitness. So anyways, thanks for tuning in, and stay motivated, guys. Hey there, motivators. I am here with Randy and Victoria. We are at the same shipper together, and just talked to them for a brief moment, asked them if they would talk to me, and they're going to tell us about some of their goals that they're after, and already it's pretty exciting. So what got you to, what brought you on the road, one?
Well, the first thing, one of our biggest issues was living paycheck to paycheck. I came home one day, and thank God my wife said, "Hey, you want to go trucking?" So it was her idea to go out and go trucking. So she's the lease op because she's the one that chose to do this. And I said, "Sure, if we're going to do this, I already know we got to save up money to do it. So you're going to go to orientation. You're not going to make any money while you're there. You got to save up money so that you're not one of those guys that's like bumming for money, to buy some lunch."
Yeah.
So we did that. We came to Prime in Springfield, Missouri, went through the PSD class, got our CDLs through Prime, went through TNT, one of the hardest moments of our lives, because for the first time since we've been together, we were separated for a couple months while she was training in one truck and I was training in the other. And then finally she leased this truck. Actually, she leased our previous truck. This is our
Did you guys
second-
complete that truck?
Yes, we did.
Congratulations, that's awesome. Good
Yeah.
job, guys.
We got lucky and we got her brand new right off the lot, a 2017 Peterbilt Viper Blue, and we completed that. And this is our second one.
Wow. Okay, so tell us what your specific, now your new goals are. So that's after trucking.
Actually, our goal from the get-go was always to buy property and build self-storage. That was my dream. And so she's actually helping me do that. This year, we bought over 7 acres of vacant property. We're on track to pay that off by March. We bought it this year.
That's awesome. That's amazing stuff. That's cool stuff. Yep. So is this your first property, or you have another property coming?
No, just our first property.
Your first one? Cool. And you have plans for some more?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The dream doesn't stop. We always expand.
Goal is to get this one paid off and start construction sometime the beginning of next year.
That's exciting. That's really cool news, because I mean, so many people have talked about like this pandemic, and they haven't been able to execute or do anything, but nobody's really talking about the people who are executing their like big dreams and whatnot. This was an opportunity for people to think about what they really want and then go after it. How did the pandemic affect you guys, and what are your thoughts? I mean, we've been trucking, so it's not like you've been out of a job.
We're already isolated anyway, so it really didn't affect us other than food.
Yeah, that was the only issue with the pandemic was trying to find food. With everything shut down, your sit-in diners are closed. Fast food restaurants, walk through or drive through only. It's a little hard to drive this thing through a drive through.
I had to walk through a drive-through. I felt like it was a 17-year-old kid trying to pull a prank. I'm like, really? I'm not trying to pull a prank here. I just want food.
I'm just trying to eat.
I kind of hate to say this, but the pandemic actually helped us because it kept the truck moving. We were constantly moving, and there was no prouder moment for us during the pandemic than hauling some of the stuff that actually assisted with it. We were at Visor a lot. We were at Abbott Labs hauling materials for the COVID test, stuff like that. That made us proud. I was like, man, I told my fleet manager, said, you really got to get me out of these lettuce loads and chocolate loads during the pandemic. I need to haul something more essential.
Well, chocolate's important too.
Yeah, a lot of people were baking during that time.
It's called identity.
Yeah.
So you guys have any other new goals that you have on your mind? Do you have do you guys own a house? Do you guys own a house, or you guys trying to
just get our self-storage goal was to not have a house, not have a vehicle, so we don't have to pay for that. So everything goes to our end goal.
Yeah, that was the absolute plan coming to Prime, was give up the house, give up the car, give up the insurance, utilities, and just put all that money towards the new dream. So our current address is somewhere in Pennsylvania right now at 701227.
Anywhere the truck's at.
Yeah, anyway, same with us. Same with us. My parents, they let me use their address, so thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
Man, I'm just excited to hear other truckers talk about different things that they're trying to do for themselves and their future goals. Why is it that other than like it's going to be financial stability, to have another source of income coming in and have through your self storage unit? Why self storage unit? Why?
My first job as a kid, 16 years old, I walked in and got myself a job at U-Haul. And ever since I found out that they will actually let you own and operate a U-Haul dealership as long as you have your own business, that's what I wanted to do. So it's going to be a self-storage / U-Haul dealership. And hopefully, if I get it to that point, I will have trucks delivering portable storage. So that's the goal. That's the end game, is get to that point.
I see. Wow. That's I had no idea that that's neat though. That's more money for sure. Having U-Haul there, so what are your so you get this money coming in. What are you doing with it?
Saving it.
You're saving it just for retirement. What's retirement look like?
Well, the retirement is for the self-storage. So it all goes into a business. So then the business is also will be generating income. So money, but I give it to him, and he's my investor.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I make money, but she's the investor. What are some of your specific? What's your stock tips? What's your top two? What's your top two?
Obviously, it's green. Anything green. So right now, my biggest one is hydrogen. Plug power is a big one right now. Only reason why I got into plug power is because I actually used them at a Walmart distribution center where I used to work before she asked to go trucking. They use it on. They use plug power for their power lifts. So everything that they do there, their forklifts, their pallet jacks to load and unload trucks, it's all ran by hydrogen now. They're doing that in Amazon. They're doing that in FedEx. They're doing that at Home Depot. So that was a big buy for me. I bought the shares at $2 a share. They're up at about $34 a share right now. That's my big one. Companies that are doing hydrogen hybrid semi trucks like Nikola, Tesla, basically anything green right now. Electric. Anything electric right now, especially with the infrastructure bills passing through the federal government right now. That's so hydrogen.
So, do you think that Prime's going to actually start moving towards that green direction?
I think they already have.
They have to.
Yeah, with the APUs and things like that. But they are. I haven't heard anything about them moving towards towards what you're talking about, the hybrids and anything like that.
I actually discussed this with a lot of other drivers. The one thing I like about Prime is that the leases are 3-year leases, and they're rolling them over, and that's just genius because that keeps them ahead of all the regulations.
Yep.
So even when California bans diesel, we'll still be able to operate there because Lowe's already ahead of the curve rolling his trucks over. So whether he's thinking about it or not, he's probably going to be getting into it regardless,
Right. Yeah.
just through regulations alone.
Yeah, absolutely.
He does a good job staying ahead of the game, and California kind of like accentuates that, accelerates it.
Kind of forces it to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, think about the drivers that were hurting when DEF came out,
Oh yeah.
and then
Or e-logs.
E-logs. Prime was already ahead of that curve, just rolling these trucks over.
Yeah. Or even automatics. They're just pushed right into it. Yeah. I think that Lowe's going to be pushing through, and I guarantee he's probably already looking into a lot of that stuff and trying to find the most cost-effective way to make that happen.
Right.
It's just the country just needs the infrastructure. That's it.
Yeah, you're right. We need all that. I just want to thank you guys for your time. Good luck with your goals and your dreams. I am excited for you guys. Good work, good job, and good luck on the road.
Thank you.
All right.
You
It's
too.
nice to meet you guys.
It was nice to meet you.
All right. So once again, I just want to thank Andy and Victoria for just being willing to have the interview with me. That was really awesome of them, and I'm gonna make it a goal of mine to, whenever I'm at Super Receiver and there's time, I'm gonna knock on doors, and I hope you other Prime drivers are ready for it and willing to share some of your just awesome goals and cool things that you're doing out on the road. We want to hear it, and other people want to hear your stories, and your story could inspire somebody else to take on new goals that they might have been scared to do before. Again, their specific goal was to go and purchase land to have a self-storage unit. Like, that's a dream of theirs, and they're actually accomplishing it. They have the land, they're ready for it, they're doing it, they have a plan, they're focused. Not to get too much off topic, but I wanted to talk about how, just for a brief moment, because of their relationship, it made me think about how my relationship with Gates and what helps us work best together, and what we really knew what we were best. We were best at. We knew when we were friends. We were really good team players. Like, we worked together well as a team, and the Marine Corps does that generally. But you work well with the team. As the camaraderie, and you work well as a unit. But this couple that got to interview that I was excited to see that they had a common mission. I think that is like a key thing to have in relationships, to have a successful relationship, is that you have a key mission that you both are focused on accomplishing that goal, right? It makes you have to work as a team to get that goal. And they also talked about, this was off after the interview, but they also talked about how when they separate tasks and things like that. And I was like, yeah, exactly. You have to feed off each other's strengths, and to make the goal happen, right? It's one of the most awesome things about being a team or being married or in a relationship, is that you have the chance to really learn what that other person's strengths are and find common goals for each other. And actually, I was just doing this my final paper for my last class. So these are like chronic illnesses. Oh, I gotta go, but I'll talk more about that later. Bye. So I can't remember where I left off, but like I said, it's just really cool having somebody that you can build specific goals with and see their strengths and be able to feed off each other. And it was cool to see that in Andy and in Victoria. I think that's some of the it's definitely an advantage. I remember what I was saying. There's for my final paper, there was a research. I had to do a lot of research for it, but it's a chronic illness, and people who are married are more likely to succeed in their life changes, their self-care practices, to help deal and cope with chronic illness. And I thought that was so fascinating. So just know that if you are able to find that somebody who makes you stronger and helps you reach those big goals, it can also help you with chronic illness. All right, guys. You know what? I'm just happy to be able to do things that can, the mission that we have together, and help each other and help other truckers. Stay motivated, and I intend to have more videos. So if there's anything else that you guys want to know about, or I'm just going to try my best to make more and more videos for you guys. And Gates too. She's real passionate about it too. It's a big, huge goal of ours. But again, go ahead, get out there, accomplish those goals, and live motivated.